Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Crochet for Baby. Thank you for watching. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to crochet this triangle scarf for adults. It's very easy to make. You can also make a nice shawl following the same pattern. You can also use any hook size with any yarn, so I hope you like it. Okay, so let's get started and thank you for watching. Okay, to begin, I'll be using this 9mm crochet hook, and today I'm using this yarn. It's Red Heart Super Saver Metallic in this red color. Now you can use any yarn, DK weight, Aran weight, worsted weight, whatever you have with any hook size. So here, to begin, the first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to make a magic circle. So hold your yarn like this, wrap it around your fingers and hold it right here. Now insert your hook through this circle and grab a loop. Now, if it's easier for you, you can chain 4 instead and then just join to the first chain and then chain 3 like I'm going to do here. Now, the 3 chains here counts as 1 double crochet. Now, inside this circle, I'm going to make 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Including the 3 chains, I have 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now chain 1, and again I'm going to make 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now pull this end here so that this here closes. And now you should have 5 double crochets on this side, including the 3 chains, and then 5 double crochets on this side. And right in the center, 1 chain. Now for the second row, you're going to chain 3. From here on, the 3 chains counts as 1 double crochet. Now into this same double crochet, the first one right here, I'm going to make a double crochet. For this cowl scarf, I'm going to make an increase at the beginning, just like I did here by making this double crochet into this first double crochet in the center and at the end. So here's the first increase. Now into the second double crochet, this one here, I'm going to work a front post double crochet, into the next a back post double crochet, into the next a front post double crochet, and into this last double crochet for this side a back post double crochet. That's what it looks like. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 double crochets now here for this side, and now inside this chain 1 space we're going to make that increase that I told you. So you're going to do 2 double crochets, 1 chain, 2 double crochets. Now I'm going to do this so that my cowl scarf is nice and pointy at the bottom. Now we have the next 5 double crochets. So here my last double crochet, this one here, was a back post double crochet, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start with a back post double crochet into the first double crochet here, and then front post double crochet, back post double crochet, front post double crochet. Now I have my 3 chains here, which counts as a double crochet. So here at the end, I'm going to pinch the second chain. We're always going to pinch the second chain and make 2 double crochets at the end. So here's the third increase. So now let me show you what we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stitches along this side. We have 1 chain, and then we should have 8 stitches along this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Make sure that every couple of rows you count each side to make sure that you have the same number of stitches. Now for the third row, what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3 and turn. And we're always going to begin each row by making our increase. So into this last double crochet right here, make a double crochet. Now we're going to work 1 double crochet on each one of these double crochets here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 double crochets, including the 2 here. I have 9. Let's see, we have the 3 chains, that's 1, the increased 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. My last double crochet is on top of this last double crochet, and now I have the chain 1 space. Inside this chain 1 space, you're always going to make 2 double crochets, 1 chain, 2 double crochets. And now here I'm going to work these next double crochets until I come to the last one where I'm going to increase. So let's count them. That's 1 on top of the first double crochet for this side, into the next, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and into the last double crochet, which are the 3 chains, into the second chain, insert your hook and make your last 2 double crochets. So that's 8 and 9. And here is the third row. Now let's count our stitches. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then I should have 11 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. And that's what it looks like. Now for the 4th row, chain 3, turn, and on top of this first double crochet, we're going to make our increase. That's a double crochet. And now I'm going to work 1 double crochet on each one of these double crochets until I come to this last one for this side. So including the 3 chains and the double crochet, I have 2. Into the next, this is the 3rd, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 double crochets. Now I have the chain 1 space. Make your 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, chain 1, and then 2 double crochets again. 1, 2, and then here we're going to work 1 double crochet on each one of these double crochets. So beginning into the first one for this side, make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and this is my last double crochet, which are the 3 chains. So into the second, make your last 2 double crochets. And here is the 4th row, and you should have the same number of stitches on both sides. Now for the 5th row, chain 3, turn. Now here we're going to do the same thing we did on the 2nd row. We're always going to begin by making a double crochet on top of the first double crochet. This is our increase. And then we're going to start with a front post double crochet into the 2nd double crochet. So front post double crochet, back post double crochet, front post double crochet, back post. I'm going to do this to the last double crochet And here's my last double crochet, which is a front post double crochet. And that's what it looks like. Now inside this chain 1 space, you're going to do 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Now to start this side, we're going to start with a front post double crochet because that's what I did here into this last one. So front post double crochet, and then back post double crochet. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And into the last double crochet here, pinch the second chain and make your 2 double crochets. Now let's count our stitches for this 5th row just to make sure. We have, for this side, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17 for this side, and then we have a chain space, and then we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17 for this other side. So perfect. Now for the 6th row, we're going to repeat the same thing. So chain 3, turn, make a double crochet into this first double crochet, and then here we're going to start with a front post double crochet because the next one is a back post. So front post double crochet, back post double crochet. That's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. My last stitch here is a back post double crochet, and that's what it looks like. Now we're going to make 2 double crochets inside this chain 1 space, chain 1, and then 2 double crochets again. And now for this side, we're going to do the same thing we did here. My last stitch here was a back post double crochet, so I'm going to begin by making a back post double crochet into this first double crochet for this side. That's 1, into the next front post, that's 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
16. and into the last one here, pinch the second chain and make 2 double crochets at the end. And here is the 6th row. And that's what it looks like. And as you can see, it looks very nice. So from here on, you're just going to continue and work the 2 rows of double crochets, and then after you're done with that, then do the 2 rows of front post and back post double crochet. So I'm going to start you off here. Don't forget to count every couple of rows to make sure that you have the same number of stitches on either side. So here to do row 7 and 8, you're going to do the double crochet row. So chain 3, turn. Remember, always we start with a double crochet on top of the first double crochet, and then in this row 7 and 8, you're going to just make 1 double crochet on each one of the double crochets, like this, till you come here to the chain 1 space, and then you're going to do your increase, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, and then work your way here on this side and work your double crochets. Don't forget that here at the end, pinch the second chain and work your 2 double crochets, and then chain 3, turn, and then come back and work 1 more row of double crochets. From here on, you're just going to repeat these 4 rows, 2 rows of double crochets, and then 2 rows of front post and back post double crochets. And that's practically all I'm going to do from here on. So I'm going to go ahead and do more rows. Here you can make it as big as you want. I'm not exactly sure how many rows I'm going to do. I want this to come down below my chest area, so just continue watching and I'll let you know exactly how many rows I'm going to do. Okay, I finished making my triangle. Now, as it is, I did a total of 26 rows. You can make more rows if you want and turn this into a nice shawl. Just continue in the same way, or do what I'm going to do here. I'm going to turn this triangle into a triangle scarf. So here, what I'm going to do here, as it is, it's a little too short for this to go around my neck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some rows along this side here so that it's long enough for it to go around my neck and then drape down a little on each side of my shoulder. So to do this here, now the last 2 rows that I did here for me were the 2 front post and back post double crochet rows. Now you can end either in a double crochet row, it doesn't matter, because from here on, I have a stitch marker here, we're going to continue with the same pattern. So for me, I'm going to have to do 2 rows of double crochet. So that's what I'm going to do here. I finished here on this side. So let's see. So now here, chain 3 and turn. So here, beginning on top of this first double crochet, we're going to make our increase of a double crochet, and then I'm going to continue and work double crochets until I come to the stitch marker. So let me count them for you. I have 2 double crochets so far on top of the next. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Now into these next 2, we're going to work a decrease. So yarn over, insert your hook on top of the first double crochet, take 2 loops off. Yarn over, insert your hook on top of the next, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. And here's the first row. Now, we're always going to decrease at the end and we're always going to increase at the beginning. So at the end of every row, you're going to decrease. And at the beginning of every row, when you do it on this side, you're going to decrease, but you're going to increase here at the top. So let me show you the second row. Now let me count the stitches before I continue. So that's, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25. Now chain 2, turn. So now into the next 2, I'm going to work the decrease. So yarn over, insert your hook on top of the first double crochet, take 2 loops off. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next, take 2 loops off, 3 loops, close. So here's our decrease for the second row. Now I'm going to work my way up, working double crochet, so 1 double crochet on each until I come here to the top. I will meet you right here to show you how we're going to finish this second row. Okay, I'm here at the top of the second row. This is my last stitch here. These are the 3 chains. So here at the end, we're going to work our increase. So 2 double crochets. And that's what it looks like. So if we count each one of the stitches, we have the 2 chains and then we have the decrease. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Now for the third row, chain 3, turn, and here we're going to work our increase. So make a double crochet into the first double crochet, and then here we're going to do the 2 rows of front post and back post double crochet. So beginning into the second double crochet, work a front post double crochet, back post double crochet, front post double crochet, and so on. Continue for this third row up to here. I will meet you right about here to show you how we're going to finish this row and then begin the fourth row. I'm here at this other side of the third row. This is my last stitch. This is a front post double crochet, and I have my 2 stitches here. I have a double crochet and the decrease stitch here and the 2 chains. So what I'm going to do here into these last 2 is the following. I'm going to work a back post double crochet. Don't close it, leave 2 loops, and then yarn over, and then so that this part here is nice and straight, I'm going to insert my hook here to the side of the 2 chains and then make a double crochet, take 2 loops off, close. This way, this part here is nice and straight and it's at an angle. So let me show you again. I want to make sure you get this. So I have my double crochet and my decrease stitch. So this next stitch, I have to work a back post double crochet, take 2 loops off, don't close, leave 2 loops, yarn over, and then go right here to the side of the 2 chains and work a double crochet where you close through these 3 loops. See, and that's what it looks like. Now for the fourth row, you're going to chain 2 and turn. The 2 chains here count as your first stitch here for the decrease stitch that we did, and then into these next 2 we're going to work our decrease. So my next stitch here is a back post double crochet, take 2 loops off, leave 2 loops, yarn over, work a front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, close. So here's the decrease at the beginning of the fourth row. And now I'm just going to continue in the same way, working our pattern, front post and back post double crochets. Now if it's easier for you, instead of following the same pattern, you can just do double crochets and then just reduce in the same way we did the 2 rows here at the beginning. It should be okay too, because this part here is just going to go around the neck and drape a little down both shoulders. So continue, and I will meet you at the end of this fourth row. Don't forget to make your increase here at the end. Just pinch the second chain and make your 2 double crochets. I'll meet you at the end. I'm here at the end of the fourth row. I have 23 stitches. We have the 2 chains, then we have our decrease stitch. So that's 1. I'm not counting the 2 chains. That's 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 23. So for each row, we're going to decrease by 1. Now for the 5th row, we're going to repeat the 2 rows of double crochets. So rows 5 and 6, chain 3, turn, and beginning here, work your double crochet increase on top of the first double crochet, and then work your way down, making 1 double crochet on each until you come here, right before we finish to right about here, these last two stitches, the decrease and the double crochet. So I will meet you right about here to show you once again how to decrease here at the end when you do the double crochet row, and then start you off in the 6th row again. I'm here at this other end of the 5th row. Up to here I have 22 double crochets, and I still have 2 more stitches. I have the double crochet and then I have the decrease and the 2 chains here. So yarn over, insert your hook on top of the double crochet, take 2 loops off, yarn over, then insert your hook here to the side of the 2 chains and the decrease stitch, and make your last double crochet where you close through the 3 loops. And that's what it looks like. Now for the 6th row, chain 2, turn. Now we have the first stitch, this is the decrease stitch, into the next 2 I'm going to decrease. So insert your hook, yarn over first, insert your hook, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook into the next, take 2 loops off, 3 loops, close. Here's the decrease stitch. Now here we're just going to work our way up, just making double crochets like this. So continue, and I will meet you here at the end of this 6th row. Here at the end of this 6th row, I have 22 stitches. I have the 2 chains, then I have the decrease stitch. That's 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. Now for rows 7 and 8, chain 3 and turn. And in this row, you're going to repeat the 2 rows that we did here of front post and back post double crochets. So beginning here, make your increase on top of the first double crochet, and then into the second, work a front post double crochet, into the next back post double crochet, into the next front post double crochet, and so on. Now this is how you're going to continue until you come here to the end. Remember, we're going to reduce here. We have the double crochet and then the decrease and then the 2 chains. So you're going to do the same thing we did here on this row of decrease when we worked the front post and back post double crochets. And then chain 2, turn, and then decrease also at the beginning, and then continue your way up. I'm not exactly sure how many rows I'm going to do this. It all depends how long I want this to be. Maybe about here, I'm not sure. So continue watching and I will let you know exactly how many rows I'm going to do. But if this part here is a bit harder for you, especially here in the decreases, then just make your rows of double crochets here like this. You don't necessarily have to decrease, then you can just continue. This part here is going to be wider and it's not going to be at an angle here like I'm planning to do with mine, but it should still work out fine. I know this part here is a bit confusing, but just rewind and go back and look to see exactly how I decrease this part here. So continue watching and I will meet you at the end of that row. Okay, I finished making this part here. I did a total of 22 rows and that's what it looks like. Now, if you want to make it longer or shorter, it's up to you, however you want to do it. Now, my last row here are the 2 rows that we do of front post and back post double crochets, and I have a total of, let's see how many stitches. I have the 2 chains and I have the decrease, so that's 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 stitches here. Now what I'm going to do here is I don't want to cut my yarn, so I'm just going to go here along the top and we're going to do the following. I'm going to chain 1, and now here we have this last double crochet that I did, so I'm just going to make a slip stitch, chain 1. Make a slip stitch, chain 1. And then again we have the double crochet, so make a slip stitch, chain 1, slip stitch, chain 1, slip stitch, chain 1. And that's all I'm going to do. This is just a nice little border that I'm going to do here along the top so that it looks nicer. If you want to do it, you can. If not, if you prefer, just cut your yarn here, and then we're going to go here to this other end and do the exact same thing. It's going to be done exactly in the same way. Nothing is going to change. So I am going to meet you right about here to start you off once I'm done making this row here along the top. So I'll meet you here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at this other side. This is what it looks like along the top. Now what we're going to do here along the side is the same thing we did here in the exact same way. We're going to start with the 2 rows of double crochets and then the 2 rows of front post and back post double crochets. So let me start you off here just to show you how you're going to start. Here is my last slip stitch, so I'm just going to pinch this chain here, the next one, and make another slip stitch. So I'm right on top of this last double crochet. So here I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and into this same stitch right here make a double crochet. So here's our increase. Now we have the next double crochet, so right on top you're going to make a double crochet, and here you're just going to work your way down making double crochets until you have 24. I will meet you right about here to show you how we're going to finish this first row, then I'm going to start you off on the second row. Okay, I finished making these 24 double crochets, including the 3 chains. So now here into these next 2, I'm going to work a decrease. So yarn over, insert your hook on top of the next double crochet, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook on top of the next, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. So here's our decrease, which counts as 1 double crochet. So now I have 25 double crochets here for this first row. Now for the second row, chain 2, turn. Now here I'm going to decrease into these next 2 double crochets. So yarn over, insert your hook on top of the next double crochet, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook on top of the next, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. Here's the decrease for the second row. Now work your way up, just making double crochets. I'm not going to show you the next 2 rows because this part here is exactly the same way. You're here at the end, don't forget to make your increase, just pinch the second chain and make 2 double crochets, chain 3, turn, and then repeat the row of front post and back post double crochets. You're going to do it in the exact same way. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll come back and show you the finished scarf. Okay, I finished making this other side. This is what it looks like. I did exactly 20 rows, just like I did on the other side. Here at the end, I had to cut my yarn because now I have to go here to where I stopped making this stitch here where I did slip stitch, chain 1. I should have just cut my yarn and just joined here and then continue with the rest. So here I'm just going to, let's see, insert my hook where I did my last slip stitch, which I think is this one here. So right there, I'm going to insert my hook right there. Now grab a loop here. As it is, it's done. You don't have to do this. It's up to you. I think it looks nicer this way. So just bring this loop here to the front and chain 1. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do a slip stitch, chain 1. So here to continue, into the first stitch here, make a slip stitch, chain 1, into the next, slip stitch, chain 1, slip stitch, chain 1, and so on. I'm going to do this to the end, so I'll meet you right here to show you how we're going to work the same stitch along this side and then all the way around. I'll meet you then. Okay, I'm here at the very corner now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 1 and then make my first slip stitch, chain 1 here. Now on top of each one of these double crochets, I'm going to do the same. Slip stitch, chain 1. Slip stitch, chain 1. I'm going to do this all the way to this last stitch. Okay, so here's the last stitch. This is the chain 2 space, so there make a slip stitch, chain 1. Now we're going to work our way down along this side, doing the same thing we did right here on this side. So for each row, you're going to do a slip stitch, chain 1, slip stitch, chain 1. Make sure that these stitches are nice and loose. This is how I'm going to continue all around this part here, and then I'm going to work my way down here, my triangle, so along this part here, and then work my way up. So I will meet you here at this other end, right here, to show you our finished triangle scarf. Okay, I finished making my last stitch here. All I did was just join to the beginning with a slip stitch, cut my yarn, and then I just hid my ends here on the inside. So my triangle scarf is all done. I absolutely love the way that this looks on me. I cannot wait to wear it. So I hope you like it as well. Okay, so this was today's tutorial. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.